So the thread of the conversation that we had after the game yesterday was that this was an end of an era, that an evolution was needed, I think was the word that you used, Thierry. I guess that spins us forward to there's a rebuild that's needed. What does that rebuild look like to you, Jamie? And how do you look back on that match still today?
Yeah, it feels big. It feels like a big game that I think even at the end of the season, we'll all still look back on. You know, it was two heavyweights coming together and you expect it'll certainly go to the second leg, but to sort of be so convincing for Real Madrid, I think it was a big blow for Liverpool. And yeah, I think it's the real sort of, I wouldn't say final nail in the coffin, but a real realisation that Liverpool do need to attack the market in the summer. And I would say midfield needs 3 at least, because there's players leaving on free transfers. And I think Liverpool need a couple of defenders as well. So you're talking 5 or 6 players need to come in. And obviously players will go out. But yeah, I think it's that team that have been together so long, it does need breaking up now.
Usually in instances like this where a team is significantly underperforming, right? We look at the manager. It's the first person we look at. Why not in this case?
Because I think Liverpool are quite unique. And I think in terms of how they view the managers, I think the supporters, not just the owners of a football club, but I think Liverpool, probably more than any other club in world football, idolise the manager when that manager brings them success. It starts with Bill Shankly, he's still talking about today. Bob Paisley, Joe Fagan, Kenny Dalglish, even Gerard Houllier and Rafa Benitez certainly winning a Champions League, and now Klopp today. The manager will always be a god in the Liverpool supporters' eyes, so there's no talk on the Liverpool terraces of Liverpool needing a new manager.
How do you reflect on that game from yesterday?
I'll tell you how I reflected about it, because I was in my car going home, and I was in kind of thinking, I was nostalgic of the team of 2 years before that, or that group. That's why I talk about the end of an era, because when I watch Liverpool when they lose, I always say, especially this year, they miss a Wijnaldum in midfield. They miss Mane. They miss a good Firmino. I know he's still there, he's on the bench. I'm talking about the guys that are not there, or guys that are not doing well from the team before. You understand, you understand what I mean with that? And if I'm going to bring it to City, because we're talking about City and what needed to be done at Liverpool and hasn't been done in terms of managing to change and evolve while you are at the top, meaning in the league and of your game. They didn't do that well. Now you bring it to Pep Guardiola and how he managed to, all the time, having City performing, competing. When City are losing, you never say to yourself at the end of a game, they miss Kompany, or they will miss a David Silva, or they miss an Aguero, or they miss a Yaya Toure, or whatever, the list is long. You're thinking about, maybe Bernardo Silva shouldn't have been the left back, or whatever we talk about, but you don't think about the old City. So Liverpool didn't manage to deal with that. Pep Guardiola managed to replace those legends. And that's why, for me, he is the best. That is why. And when I hear that if they don't win the Champions League, if he doesn't win the Champions League, I saw him coming out and say, whatever I do is not good enough. For me, it is good enough. They compete every year. Can he win the Champions League? I hope so for him.